Newly released police dispatch audio from the school massacre in Uvalde, Texas, reveals widespread miscommunication during the police response at Robb Elementary School. So we already knew of extensive failures by officers during the attack in May that killed 19 students and 2 teachers. But these recordings, obtained by the Texas Tribune and ProPublica, show the desperation inside the school during 77 minutes of terror. Omar Villafranca is in Uvalde. Omar, good morning.
Good morning. The 911 calls are shocking. You can hear the panic and the fear coming from the adults. We also hear the voices of scared children who are calling 911 while trying to hide from the shooter. We want to warn you, what you're about to hear may be disturbing. As the shooter entered Robb Elementary School, and after witnesses had already called 911 twice, police dispatchers received this third frantic call at 11:33 a.m.
He's inside the school shooting at the kids!
3 minutes later, police received this call from teacher Monica Martinez, who survived the shooting. She was hiding in a closet.
There's somebody banging at my school. I'm so scared. Are you in?
By 11:50 a.m., authorities say the gunman had fired more than 100 rounds and was still barricaded in a classroom. But at that time, a police dispatcher incorrectly stated that the school's police chief, Pete Arredondo, was in the room with the shooter. 20 minutes later, then 10-year-old student Chloe Torres called 911 from her classroom, room 112. And more than 25 minutes after that, at 12:36 p.m., Chloe, who survived, called again to beg for help.
Can you tell the police to come to my room?
I already told him to go to the room. We're trying to get someone to you.
Law enforcement didn't breach the classrooms until 12:50, more than an hour after the gunman entered the school. Javier Casares lost his 10-year-old daughter, Jackie, in the shooting. He hasn't listened to all of the 911 audio, but told us this about what he did hear.
I imagine it was unbearable, even just knowing what that video, that call was about. It's hard to hear. It just broke us,
And with less than a week until midterm elections, the massacre at Robb Elementary is front of mind for victims' families. Members of the Uvalde community assembled at the Texas State Capitol Tuesday night as part of a Dia de los Muertos demonstration. The Mexican tradition celebrates the memories of the dead, but this gathering took on a more somber and political tone.
When you're voting, make the right choice. Be our children's voices along with us, please. Because this country needs a change, this state needs a change.
People here are very vocal about getting out the vote. Earlier this week, one of the mothers of the victims said of elected officials, if our children are not safe, your jobs are not safe. It's also worth noting that the state senator from Uvalde says that he'll push for a new measure in the new legislative session next year, trying to create a $300 million Uvalde Victims Fund.
All right, so Omar, this is the question that I think a lot of people are wondering, and I know you've been speaking to members of the community. How are they responding to these newly released recordings? Because as somebody, just as a citizen, as a human being, listening to little children calling 911, which is, we're told as we grow up and as we become adults that you call 911 and help is on the way, and to have a young child asking for help and for help to not arrive, or to be there and to not rescue those children until much later. I mean, what are people saying?
It's adding to the levels of grief and of anger. In the days after the shooting and the misinformation that was coming out from officials, that obviously added to the anger. Then weeks later, you get the video from inside the school of officers standing around. More anger. Now you're getting 911 calls, and that's different to hear. Some of the people that we talked to, they didn't want to listen to all of them. They'd already seen the failures beforehand, but to hear it is different. And to hear that desperation, it brings back old memories that really aren't old, that are still fresh. As this, you can see behind me, this memorial. These are fresh memorials that they have here. They're constantly updating them because these children and teachers may be gone, but they're definitely not forgotten. So this new 911 audio is just bringing up a past that they're trying to still heal from.
All right, Omar, thank you very much.
Thank you.